on Sunday with another big one today, 26. Can you describe the groove that you've been in? Have you feel like you found yourself offensively lately?
Yeah, I would say that. I definitely would say it's all about just trying to get a win for real. I really don't even be paying attention to the scoreboard or how much I got. Probably up until the end of the game, I'm trying to reach a certain goal. But I just really want to just get the dub, But I think more so I'm trying to find it as like within the system that Tobin's putting in for us, rather than having to venture out on my own and try to force a bucket or so. So yeah, it's definitely coming piece by piece. It's coming together.
For both of you guys, Tobin said that this is the team's kind of become a make shot, miss shot team where they're relying too much on whether shots are falling on a certain night. Obviously tonight, shots went in. How dangerous can this team be when those shots are falling?
We can be a really dangerous team, but when it comes with a make a shot, miss a shot team like Tobin says, I think once you eliminate the miss a shot mindset, it's no longer a thing. I feel like you make a shot, all right, fine. If you miss it, on to the next one. Tobin preaches next play mentality, and all of us just coming together. It's too late to say 15 new guys. We just gotta play off for the next play and understand how deadly we can be when we do hit shots, and understand how we can't let it affect us for missing shots. So.
Idan, after the loss to Niagara, what's this past week been like? And for you as one of the senior leaders, how much more of a role have you had in getting these guys back into the right mindset going into this one?
Yeah, this week's been a grind for sure. We've done a lot of practices since the 0-2 weekend. There's no let up in the team and the coaching staff. We're trying to get this back on track. You know what I mean? Not to say that it's fell off the tracks, but we don't want to go no 0-2 weekends like we did last weekend. And so it was a long week. We did what we had to do, and guys have started to step into the roles that we need to step in, including myself and all the other guys, the older guys on the team. So it's been good, and we're going to try to keep this going.
Hey Greg, it seemed like you were driving to the basket. That seemed to be the game plan today. End up shooting 52%, outstanding. Was that kind of the thought today, to take it to the basket wherever you could?
Yeah, I've noticed that a couple teams they've been playing off. So, it kind of just gives me a lot more momentum while they're sitting flat-footed to come at them at a faster pace. And I know they won't be able to keep up. So I feel like getting to the paint, hit them with a shoulder, and they feel like the strength. I feel like they're going to have to start collapsing in, and that'll get guys like Idan and wedge shots. And that really, after the second time I did it, that was my mindset. Okay, get to the paint, let's dish it out, and let's make the most of it.
And you both had baskets right at the start of the second half. How much is it important to get off a good start in the second half today?
Yeah, I feel like we've played good in the second half. It's just that we're letting up a lot of points on the other team. They would think they start off the second half 8 for 10 or something like that. So 8 for 11. So we gotta be better defensively, but obviously offensively we're gonna get points. We press, we trap, we're gonna get steals, we're gonna get out in transition. It's just defensively we need to lock in.
Wenzel got the 4 out of 5 on threes from the right corner. How big a lift was that?
Definitely needed it. We believe in him. Definitely believe in him as a shooter. He's proven it to everybody. And we believe in everything he does, and he puts in the time. So when he hits shots like those, people might look at it like, oh, that's a really big shot. But we normally know him to hit those shots, so it definitely is like a booster for us.
And Gene was hitting some points in the second half. It seemed like offensively you were really strong in the second half.
Yeah, I think it starts with our defense, to be honest. When we're able to get stops and play fast like we want to play, then that's when you see shots falling a lot for us. That's what ends up happening. So just got to stay solid on D.
For both of you, where would you say the press has grown a frustrated amount early in the first half and then again in the second one? Can you say about how much more you've picked up the nuances of it?
I think we've matured in knowing when to trap, when not to trap. You know what I mean? There's times to go on a run and really turn up the pressure to 100, and then there's times to tone it back. So we've sort of feeling that out, and we've gotten a lot better with that as time has gone on.
Where do you guys think you are in terms of developing your offensive identity? I feel like it was kind of a slow start offensively through the season.
We're definitely at the door. We're definitely almost there at really branding ourselves as Iona's offense is this, and it takes more and more repetition and more just like more bonding from us to understand each other's like strengths and just play off of that. I feel like we're a team where we know like, all right, if this guy's got it going, like we're trying to get this guy going, but that guy that's got it going, he also knows like, people are gonna start watching him, so like fan out to the team and everything. So we're definitely trying to find our identity and stamp it.
To follow that up, Greg, you talked about getting guys going. Oz gets a double-double, 10 and 10. How much more has he come along now that he's getting closer to 100%?
I'm definitely proud of Oz. And Oz coming off of the injury he was, and I personally still don't believe he's 100%. I still think he's just out there because he wants to win. And having someone like him in practice, someone who probably won't even speak more than 15 words a day. He comes out there, he speaks in practice, and him coming out here and doing what he did today, like it's big, like it's everything for us because like he's really the heart of this team. So like him coming out there and doing what he did today, like that just gave everyone a boost. Like if Oz can do it, then why not? Why not us?
Day for us, good win. I thought it was a typical MAC game, very fit, very back and forth for a long time, and I thought we played well the first half, and the kid LaFew is a really good player. He's a really good guard, and we just couldn't score to start the game. We got off to a slow start, and then we started to score. Then the second half we couldn't get stops. I thought at some point one team would get enough stops to win the game. We actually got a couple stops and played pretty well. So good win, good for us, good for our confidence. We look a little bit shaky confidence-wise to start the game. The first 7 or 8 minutes, we just look like a team that hasn't had a lot of success. And so I think the shots started going in, started playing well together. It was good for us. So a good win. Hopefully we can build on that and get better as we go towards next weekend.
Tobin, Idan gets the technical late in the first half. How much of a momentum swing do you feel that gave you guys? How impressed were you with your resolve and the ability to fight?
Well, I thought they hit a 3 on that possession. Did they hit a 3 after they got the technical foul? Because I was like, oh man, it's like I told Clarence, referee Clarence, we had him in the Purdue game last year. So me and him have a great history there. So I was laughing at it, but I was like, dude, that's 2 points. Like that was 2, then they hit a 3. It's a 5-point swing. So right off the bat, I didn't like it, but I thought we kept coming. We showed a bit more resolve than we have. We've been bothered by missing shots and bothered by plays throughout the year. I thought we looked a little bit mentally tougher today. So that was good. But yeah, I was just like, you hate to get a technical foul for anything, but I actually didn't think it was warranted, but But I'm not going to disagree with Clarence. Clarence knows he's refereed a lot more games than I have, so let him do his thing.
If you didn't score in the last 15 minutes of the game, you mentioned how tough he was to stop, but then you guys kind of stopped him for the last 15 minutes. You kind of took away his ball screens. What was the game plan going in, and what did you change?
Yeah, just stay tight with him. He's such an explosive scorer. The shots he hit in the first half are tough shots. Like the threes, like off the balance and the step back stuff. He's so good. He's good going left. He's good going right. He can create off the balance. He can get to the free throw line. So I think we just try to wear him down a little bit. I thought our press might have wore him down a little bit, but he's a really good player. I think at a certain point, you just hope he misses. It's like you're there, you're got a hand up. He missed 5 shots all day. It's just like you got to do the best job you can without fouling him, and like he gets those shots off, and he's an explosive guard. He's one of the best guards in the conference, and we just kind of dug in and just found a way to get some stops, but that's a really good team, and we knew they'd be a load to handle.
You talked about the press, and how much more do you feel that these guys have picked up the nuances of it? It looked like Mount got frustrated a lot early, and then again late in the second half.
Yeah, I thought our pressure was good. I thought our pressure was good. We gave some stuff up on the back end again. We got a little bit trap happy. I thought when we started making a run, we started trapping all the time. Like our press, we shouldn't trap all the time. We started trapping like a little bit too much, but we were making plays. We were being aggressive. We were getting some stuff out of that, and that's our identity. That's what we do. We forced how many turnovers today? Only 11. No, is that right? Yeah.
11 turnovers.
Yeah, 11 turnovers. But I felt like it was like you said, like we kind of got into them a little bit, made them play faster than they wanted to. So I thought it was definitely a factor.
Coach, it seemed like you were trying to bring Greg and Idan right into the lane throughout the game, and he hit 52% from that. Was that kind of the strategy going in?
Yeah, we gotta get to the basket. We just have to. Like, especially those two guys, like Greg and Idan. Like Greg has to get to the basket. That's what he does, obviously, and Idan has to as well. So our spacing has to get better. It continues to be a work in progress. We worked on it hard this week, getting some room to drive. Like you can drive all you want to. If there's no space to drive to, it's hard to make those kind of plays. But I thought we had room to drive today. All the guys like JB got to Joel Brown got to the basket, Quigley got to the basket, Gene got to the basket. That's got to be our strength. And once we do that, then we collapse the defense, and then Wesley can hit threes and guys can make threes.
Yeah. How was that when Wednesday got the three straight 3-point shots in the right corner?
Yeah, it was great to see him hit some shots. Yeah. It was good. And I credit to Wes, like he didn't force anything. He kind of waited for. It was patient, waited for the shots to come to him, and then he got him in a flurry. I thought a lot of times great 3-point shooters make threes in bunches. He got those 3. That was huge.
You say Greg's found himself a little more offensively. He's got back-to-back 20-point games now.
Yeah, he played better. Yep, he actually had a great week of practice. Like he's really getting better. I mean, it's all new for him. It's all everything we do is new for him. So it's like he's trying to get used to expectations, accountability, playing hard all the time, practicing hard all the time. Team scouting him. Teams aren't guarding his jumper right now. All this stuff that they're doing, that's all new for him. So he's learning as we go. But I think he's making progress.
Where are you guys in terms of how your practices have been? Are they getting better?
Better.
Since last
Yeah, much better. Unusual. We had a whole week off after last Sunday, so we had a chance to really get a lot of stuff done. We worked hard. We practiced hard. We're getting better. And I think we saw signs of that today.
You guys only turned it over 5 times today. Just how important was the ability to keep the ball secure? And you scored 1.8 points per possession in the first 12 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, no, it was turnovers kill you, right? And so we try to work on that hard, not turn the ball over. The idea is we're trying to turn teams over, not turn the ball over ourselves. So I think us not turning the ball over is a big part of how we play. It's like we were plus 6 today in turnovers. That's huge. If you're plus 5, that's kind of the minimum. We were plus 6. That was good.
You played everybody within the first 12 minutes of the first half. How refreshing was that to get everybody out there just for a little bit of run?
It was good. It was good to see, Terrell's back, which is great. Obviously, he was a little bit rusty, but to have him back, have some energy, got a little bit of foul trouble, but he was good to have him back. Everybody played a little bit. We just didn't. We need more consistent, better contributions for those bench guys. Like Sultan came in and gave a couple offensive rebounds, missed a shot around the basket. Like he's got to get better at that stuff. Saunders, I thought, gave us some decent minutes. Not long though. I think for us to get better, we need longer stretches from those guys like Saunders. Bryce and Sultan have to play, and Terrell's a 5th-year senior, big, strong guy, physically like he belongs out there. Those guys are all like Sultan's a freshman, Saunders a freshman, Bates a freshman, Isaac Bryce is a sophomore. Like Terrell's the guy that's got to help us because Terrell's an older guy who's averaged 8 or 9 points a game as a Division I player. Like he can help us more as far as us making a bigger jump. I think
Oz gets a double-double.
That's great.
What can you say about him, and how much more has he come along?
Well, he looked a little discouraged. I think we're all discouraged. We're all discouraged. You want to win. You want to be successful. We haven't had the kind of years so far we wanted to have, right? So I think it's easy to feel bad about how things are going. I think he's used to winning, but we told him, we're used to winning too, So it's like, how do you handle that, right? He's younger, and it's tougher for him than it is for us. We try to get his spirits up a little bit. I thought him making a couple shots, him getting 10 rebounds is only going to help us. He blocked a couple shots defensively. He did a couple things more to where he was more of a factor. He hadn't been a factor the last couple games besides just shooting jumpers. He was a factor today defensively on the glass. His defensive intensity. He drove the ball a couple times today and got to the basket. His knee's not 100%. Oz does not. He just can't make the plays he's used to making. That's frustrating. So, him getting a little bit of positivity will only help him and help us too. So, you got to listen. It's part of why athletics are good. It's like we got to fight through. We're all name the adjective: disappointed, discouraged, frustrated, whatever it is. Why that's great. You can't let that bother the work going forward. You just gotta keep on getting better. That's what we have to do. And listen, we're all pissed off about how it's going. All right, well, let's get better. I think this will help him going forward.
Do you think this team is a lot closer to developing their offensive identity?
Sam, I wish I could say yes on that one. I have no. If you asked me the first 8 minutes of the game, I'm like, we went back to we couldn't score again. We're missing layups, we're missing shots to the rim. So I'd like to think so, but I think we're always going to be a team that's going to be up and down, inconsistent offensively. That us scoring 85, that's just not going to happen all the time because it hasn't happened all year long, right? It's a Colgate we do today. We do other game we scored. St. Peter's we scored like 12 points the whole game, right? So we got to what's our identity? It's got to be our defense, got to be our press, got to be the grittiness, and then Some nights we hit shots, some nights we don't hit shots. We got to find a way to win all those ways, you know?
You guys seem to lean in, make this game a lot more physical than some of the other ones I've seen you play. How did that factor into the game plan?
That's a good point, because I thought we got punked a little bit physically the last we definitely have gotten. I mean, when you get out rebounded by Niagara by 17 rebounds, that's not a good sign for you physically. You know, I thought we got a little bit out muscled, out toughed, outworked, and we made that a point the last week or so. Like they can't come in here and just physically. And I thought the first 8 minutes they kind of did, and we fought because they had 6 offensive rebounds the first 8 minutes. I think they had 2 the rest of the game. So we kind of settled in a little bit and we're a little more physical because we were not to start the game for the most part, you know. I mean, I think people are looking at us and saying we're not as tough as we should be, you know. And that's not an indictment of the team; it's an indictment of our whole. You know, they must not think I'm tough either. They must think we're a bunch of soft guys. So we have to fight back a little bit. We got to be a little more physical, you know. And I thought we were better today at that, you know.
Practices in last week, were any different emphases or any changes, or just stressing the same things?
That was good to say. We're +8 in rebounding. So you go from -17 to +8. That's a 25. It shouldn't be that. You know, are we going to be +8 all the time? No. Are we going to be -17 all the time? Hopefully not that either. So just go back to yeah. We worked on all this stuff. Listen, there's no secrets at this point in the season. Like we know what we're good at, what we're not good at. So we know we worked on our rebounding. We worked on our offense. We worked on our press, you know, so nothing too groundbreaking, you know. We're still trying to fill each other out a little bit with that kind of stuff, but it's too late it's too late now to not know who you are, you know. So we got to be better across the board at the things we do well. We've got to be great defensively. We got to be great with our pressure. We got to make people uncomfortable, and then, you know, I think the fact that we haven't turned the ball over is a good thing. We're the first in the league, and we talked about too, like if you look at our stats, there's nothing we do great besides the turnover and differential and the turnovers. Everything else kind of in the middle somewhere. We got it. Like our defense has to be better. It's got to get to the top of the conference. It just has to. And so hopefully today was a step in the right direction. We're good.
One other thing, Greg Gordon, seems to me that he's adjusting much better now to Division I basketball as compared to JUCO. Is that a fair statement?
Oh, very fair statement. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much JUCO basketball you've seen. This is not an indictment of JUCO basketball, but it's not. You know, there's sometimes those games it's like, you know, you might go out and get 25 and I might get 25 and we all might get 25 and it's like, it's just the way it is. You know, it's like it's just different. You know, it's just there's no game plan, there's no scout reports, there's no preparation. It's just not that way for the most part. And at the highest level it is. So it's like this is all, you know, back at JUCO, they walk in and say, well, this guy he's pretty good driving the ball to the rim. They wouldn't find that out until about halfway through the first half or something like that. Everybody knows who he is now. So I think he's getting better. You know, he's a really good passer. I think as time goes on and he starts to do a better job of drawing more people to him, he can be a better distributor with the ball. I mean, that's got to be a part of how he plays, you know. But I thought he had a great week of practice. I thought he played very well. He put 2 games back to back, which is great. You know, it's like we see this play all year. Charleston is awesome. Come back against Hartford is terrible. You know, down in Florida, good, bad. Like it'd be great to have him do it consistently. We kind of need that from him. And you know, our best 2 players are Idan and Greg. Those guys have to lead us because they're the guys who can score. They can do us more. They have to, you know. And I thought we saw more signs of that today.